Welcome to the YouTube channel of me, Uglywretch. Like, comment, and subscribe, or else.
Okay, so we're now in the thousands. This is vid 1001, which I'm sure is probably something rude in binary. Or just nonsense. Either way. So I thought we'd kick it off with this set of 4. We're doing it for one primary reason. I've got a fix for him, and I can't do it yet because I haven't reviewed him, so I can't review him without I need to review him before the fix, but whatever. So we got these guys. Should we move more familiar to less familiar? Should we just do that? Let's do that. So let's just adjust these around a bit. We'll do it that way. Everyone happy with that? Awesome. Okay. So here we have the Ultra Magnus, which I'll be honest with you, I always thought was Prime from The Return of Optimus Prime when he got covered in the white stuff to fight Rodimus and then smacked his face in. Oh, that was a good episode. But as Belucius rightly points out, there wouldn't be the silver strip on him, the windscreens would have to be clear, and the Autobot symbol would have to be painted over as well. So it doesn't work really, but it's basically the same thing. It's white Optimus Prime, come on. So here he is. He's got his 2 guns and the thing on the back, which I'm not going to take off because you've seen this in the Prime review. Speaking of which, there he is. So there they are together. And see, I had Magnus as a kid. Well, I say kid. I was about 12. Got him secondhand. And it was the first time I had one of these with the fists. I had the G2, but I was very careful. Still got it somewhere. So it's really cool, and he's got this matrix, which is just clear blue, which is a little bit, whereas Magnus has, well, that's slightly better, isn't it? I mean, all you have to do is put a little bit of gold around the outside, and that's the matrix. So, will I slap a bit of gold on that and steal it for Prime? Maybe. Do I really care about the matrix at all? Not really, because it was made up for the film and whatever. But still, he's quite cool. We'll take you out of the way. Do you want a size comparison? Let's just do the size comparisons. So we've seen this guy. He's kind of a small deluxe. We know about this. You just stay out of camera. Horri-bull. He looks like this. He's a heavily modified Titans Return Skull Cruncher. As in, that piece is Skull Cruncher. This piece is Skull Cruncher. I'm not sure if these shoulders down to the elbow are Skull Cruncher. Possibly not. And these pieces here may have been Skull Cruncher, but they've been converted. And the robot mode thighs to knees are Skull Cruncher, and that gun is Skull Cruncher. But other than that, it's new. Even this top panel is new. And there's this little guy in there. I have no idea what his name is, so I'll put it there. Which is just making work for future me, but who cares about that guy, right? He comes here. The horns come on separate pieces. They come on a sprue, and considering, as you can tell there, they've been sprayed pink. I put a little dab of pink paint on there. It doesn't look great, but at least it's not a big blue lump. Little circle symbol there. And the head comes separate. It actually pegs on, so it will rotate, and you can look really curious. I've heard something about people complaining that this hinge breaks during transformation. I've had no issues with that. I have no concerns with that. So, But like I say, I have got a fix for this, which I'll do in a later video. And he's the same size as Skull Cruncher, so he's a deluxe. Bump, my baby boy. Okay, when I was a kid, Bumblebee was just the little yellow car. It was kind of dweeby and almost underdogish, so I kind of liked him. And then they pushed him far too much and ruined him with the live-action movies, and no one likes him anymore. But this isn't Bumblebee. No, it's not. It's not. This is Bumper. Bumper, yeah. And he's basically Bumblebee with a different head, and I love him. He's like having Bumblebee back from when I was a kid, when he wasn't being pushed down your throat. And the little TF wiki of him is basically he's a little guy who really admires Bumblebee, and therefore he tries far too hard and hasn't got anywhere near the skill to deal with it. And I absolutely identify with not having any skill. And he is a very small deluxe, getting on towards a big core class, Cyberworld, whatever. We got the big boy of the group. We have Transformers Prime, Nemesis Prime, which according to TF Wiki, there were plans to do, but they never actually did, because they did some cloning with like Starscream and stuff. Does anyone remember that? They were planning to do it, so they never actually did. So in my head, he's kind of like Bizarro with Superman. So he's like just as strong, but a little bit dumb. And he's there, and he's got the big, the axe. I hate the axe. I'll say it right now. I really hate the axe. But other than that, he actually looks lovely. Like, really nice. And if you take this panel loose, which is definitely not the chest panel, and it definitely doesn't give the game away and show his face, but he's actually got little chairs moulded in. Look, little chairs. There's a lot of empty space around them, so I don't know what you're going to do with those chairs. But whatever. And there he is. He's alright. I know there's a trailer kit for the actual Prime, and you can get a knockoff Prime with the trailer kit. I don't know if they do it in Nemesis flavour. I'm not sure if I really want it or not, but you know. But he's really pretty, and he is smallish Voyager according to this. We'll see. Transforming. Okay. Tell you what I'll do, boys and girls. I'm going to transform this one off screen because we've seen it before. So give me 1 second. There he is. And again, he's really nice. I mean, again, it's the same Prime. It's the same. It's Prime in white, but this is what the original toy looked like. The Magnus without the armor. This is what it looked like. And he's got the stupid axe, which there's still no good way to store. He's got the 2 guns, fine. But I really like this. It just ticks that little, you know, if you had the original Ultra Magnus, you've had one of these Primes. So it's nice to have again with the, it's just good. And again, just, there's the Prime, so you can kind of see him as bros before this one gets armor. By the way, if anyone wants to make like a third-party upgrade kit, which is just the trailer and becomes armor for this dude, let me know. I will review it, I will spread it everywhere, I will tell the gospel of it, okay? Can't afford to pay for it, but that's not the point. But yeah, love these guys, I honestly love them. Size comparison, just in case well, you know what, I'll do a size comparison for all of them at the end. Save doing them, you know, it's a bit easier for the robots because I can just stand them together, individual vehicles, whatever. I say vehicles, and then I get to this thing. Okay, right, okay, so first things first, we pop that off. It's got these 2 little grooves at the back that go into these slots, so you kind of have to drop it in from the top. We'll put that over there. I'm going to fold up the leg, and it sort of goes about that far. So from there to there, from here to here, from here to here. It doesn't seem to do much. Like, the posing is a little bit fiddly because these legs just don't do anything. It's unfortunate. It's. I mean, like, I feel like I should trim this out a little bit more so I can straighten the leg out a bit more. But okay. Anyway, and now we have to get these pieces and pop them loose. I'm not sure if there's actually like a tab or something. There's that tab there. That must tab in under there. Pull that loose, and then we need to bring these over the top. Come on, over the top. And just like Skull Cruncher, there's this little lip that needs to tab in underneath there and underneath there. And I'll say one thing for them. On Skull Cruncher, even the knockoffs, I've had to put glue on that lip so it'll grip. This works perfectly well. So they fixed that issue. I'll then split the legs and fold these panels up, and there's this little lip that actually goes under the back of the foot here. And that holds it in place. So he's now actually got heels as well. So apart from the giant gap, they have actually fixed this issue as well. Okay, now we just turn, not the upper arm, the forearm out of the skull cruncher, and we flip out the fist. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And this is a new little thing. There's must be a little groove in there. We actually kind of lock the fist. You move that, and it actually hooks behind there. Because if you put the weapon in, it has to push it back because, whatever. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So we'll rotate that there. Flip out the hand. Kind of lock it. Straighten it down. Need to open this out and pull Liam. Pull Liam out and rotate the head back. Flip the horns up, which are just pegged on. So you can take those off if you like. And now we can get Liam. Straight legs, the arms. This arm, I believe it was this arm, was incredibly tight to the point where I thought I was going to shear it off, transforming him. So I put WD-40 in there. But yeah, I thought I was going to break that off, and it's still kind of tight. He's also had the Titan Master issue, where this was just really loose, so I actually had to wedge a tiny bit of plastic in there. So it doesn't feel like the head's just going to drop out all the time. This is what I'm doing, watching it through the camera instead of with my real eyes. There we go. And now he just goes in and he's just on the ball joint. So that's him, and then we get the weapon. So we split this, and we give him his accurate gun and Skull Cruncher's gun, because he has both. And you think, okay, that's kind of nice. He's, I mean, he's not really hiding anything there. Anyone from a distance can go, hang on, let me just get my telescope. So this guy's not very fast. He's really strong, but he's really dumb. So if I just put a Fate Decepticon symbol on and try and walk past him, he'll probably go okay, because he's really dumb. Come on, guys. They did also, one of the updates they did to this guy, they gave him an ankle tilt. So, alright, okay, fair enough. This chest panel's funky though, because of how big it is. If you look at the back, there's a big gap. What's that? And these hinges that were part of Skull Cruncher are now just a solid piece. They don't actually hinge. They're just fused bit of the chest panel. There's some really weird choices. I feel they could have done better with this character, but he has grown on me, and I like the rest of the set so much that I don't blame him for the small role of not being amazing that he does. So, and because the way it is, if you rotate it, he's got this giant butt flap, just like this giant bum bag off the back of his crotch area. It's really funky, okay? It's really weird. Give me these, okay? Oh, my baby. My baby, my baby, my baby. I love this little guy. I transform him back into and all the rest of it, and I always leave the gun on there. Why is the gun upside down? So we can reach back and grab it with his right hand, because generally speaking, in my opinion, they're all right-handed, because I'm right-handed and most people are. Anyway, transform him. Okay, right. So on this pin, this piece and this piece rotate, but they rotate all the outside and the middle bit, including these side panels. So you have to kind of get everything loose and wriggle and wriggle and wriggle and wriggle and wriggle, and that will probably pop loose. It just taps in there. Get this to about there. Now you need to bend this so the leg is straight, because at the minute you're bending his knees forward, which is not a fun experience. Get that to there. And the little one's chasing the dogs downstairs. I'll have to stop and go and shout at them in a minute. Okay, so you get to here. Awesome sauce. Now you have to come in here and get this little bit, flip it down on each side, and this has a little tab. Okay? And you come here and there's this tiny thin little panel on the inside of what would be the door, and it has a little slot. So you fold on that pin, it goes onto that little tab. See, I don't know if this transformation's been used on like any other Bumblebee, because I don't have any Bumblebee. I've only got this guy. I imagine the AC6 Bumblebee. Don't know. Rotate it through, So I'm probably talking about this like this is, mystical information that's like, my God, this has blown my mind, because it kind of did. But everyone else has already seen it, so I'm an idiot. But whatever, it's fine, no problem. I might as well split them. So the legs, quite clever, not rocket science, which is lucky for me, and we're all good. So we'll untab this and we'll get to the front there. Okay. Now we need to get this bumper, this whole back section, and just hinge it out, and I might as well bring it forward. There's a hinge in here somewhere to here, and that's hinged on there. So it's 1, 2, 3, triple hinge. Wow. We'll do that in a minute. We need to come back here, and hey, look, it's arms. We need to split them. Big silver pins there. Rotate them down, and what you do is you've got this little notch that goes into there for the vehicle mode. Naturally comes down and goes into a little groove there, I think. Yeah, there you go. And that stops this hinge folding back. So you rotate it down, and it tabs in. And that's really clever. And then you just straighten the arms out. Or you could leave it till you finish the rest of it, but whatever. We now get this chest panel, flip it down, bring this all the way down, and need to wriggle. Right. See these little notches sticking out? They need to go into these little grooves. So basically you need to just sort of force them past, and then they sort of drop down and go into the grooves. See that? And now we can flip the head over into place and close it back up. And there is Bumper in his robot mode. And look at his little face. Look at his little, I'm here to try, but I'm completely useless. Which is, it's me really, isn't it? I love this little guy. I do, I love this little guy. He's adorable. He's, as the kids may or may not say, totes adorbs. So we're going to get this, we're going to pop it loose, it's got a tab, slot, and we'll stick it in his hand, and he's going to bring a super soaker to a bazooka fight, and he's going to be completely ineffective, and I absolutely love him. The one thing I'm not a big fan of is that the ankle tilt, due to the transformation stuff, is halfway up his shin. Yeah. I can even forgive the bending forward knees for the transformation. I can forgive that because he's got really skinny legs and he shouldn't have giant kneecaps. I can forgive that, but the ankle tilt being there at the minute, just let it like that. It's fine. These are only little thin runners, so it makes no difference if he just stands like it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Now we do the big one. The big one. Right. This is getting a long video. I'm going to speedrun this, so we'll take that off. We'll throw it there. Okay, how do we do this? Right, might as well do this first. Can we? Yeah, sure. We get this section, and we're going to wriggle it, and wriggle it, and wriggle it, and wriggle it, and wriggle it. Should we do that first? Let's do this first. We get these loose and straighten out. Loose and straighten out. There are these 2 pegs, and 1, 2 holes. When you get this, we're going to, come on, pop it loose. There's some grooves and hooks and stuff in here that go into slots there. Okay? We get that, rotate it down, get that one out, get it down. We will unpeg the legs. They kind of slot together, but whatever. Fold this to, kids are being a nightmare. Get that there, put it there. And now he's crying. Give me 1 minute, boys and girls, and I'll come back and finish this. Okay, so that was one crisis averted. Tell you what, I might as well just finish this one. You basically just collapse it up. And I'll walk you through this one properly. Oh, okay. So from being over there with the vehicle mode, you straighten it all the way out. There's a little tab there. Goes into a little slot there. Then you need to bring this over. I can hear him running around now, so clearly whatever happened didn't upset him that much. Bring this over on a double hinge this over, and there's another tab there. And another slot there. Into place. And then just collapse this. Legs done, yay! Okay. We'll untab this, which I definitely didn't do before. 2 giant tabs into, I'm guessing those 2 outside slots. Yeah, looks about right. Turn it around, bumping the camera. Okay, now we got this. Do I need to bring the camera up? Yeah. Okay. Need to bring this panel down like I did before. And then might as well get this piece and bring it out and fold it all the way out on a double hinge. So front piece on a double hinge, back piece on a double hinge. It's exploded. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to bring this out slightly and then just there's a little notch there that goes into a little groove inside here. So we need to bring it out a little bit and untab that. This will allow me to then get the wheel, which brings this entire side piece from here out. And this is, structural. And then we can bring the arms and the shoulder and everything else down. It goes around here. There's a tab sticking out there, and a little groove there. Well, groove, slot, whatever you want to say. Stick that on there. Bring that one over. Go on. Bring it over. Stick it on there. Now I'm going to bring the chest panel down, and there's this, which looks like it should be a hinge. See this piece here? But it isn't. What it actually does is it loosely grips onto these two little pegs either side of the neck piece. Not as nicely as I'd like, but it does hold. This is the bit I had trouble with. This is the bit I actually had to use a joint tightening pen. There are these two pegs. And if we flip this over, there's a slot there and a slot there. So I actually put joint tightening pen around there and there, shoved that in, left it overnight, and then popped it loose. And it's basically just tightened these up so they hold onto these, because before they were more suggestions. And without these holding these in place, the whole thing just came like, whatever. So we bring it over and we line that up. And we put that. Tell you what, let me just do this with my own eyes. Come on, camera, where are you? Right, wiggle it a little bit. Go in there, you. There, that one done. This one also done. And now they actually hold. This light bar comes separate, so it's a little bit loose. The arms, quite simple. There's a big hinge there. You untab, straighten it out, turn it around, come here, get this panel, flip it down, rotate out the hand on a somewhat loose ball joint, but it's fine, and close that up. That's an arm. Might as well rotate it over now, it makes very little difference. Straighten it out, open it up, flip this out, close it back up. There we go. And here we have Legacy, blah blah blah, Nemesis Animated Prime in his raw mode, if he doesn't fall over first. And he's really pretty. Like, legitimately, he's a very pretty figure. I don't have this Prime. So, like, this is a new mold to me, this is a new character, this is a new mold to me, and that's just cool. So, I had nothing to lose from this set. And he's actually really nice. Like, if you look at it from there, you're like, okay, there's only a couple of little light colours, like here and on the hands, and the rest of it's a little bit, But then you realise this is actually grey, and then when you turn it to the side, there's all this, and the head is lovely. One thing I'm not a big fan of is if you do stand him up, like, really straight, and put the head down, kind of hides him a little bit behind this giant chest panel. But it's fine, it's alright, don't worry about it. He's actually quite nice, he's quite sleek. That's a little bit gappy, but I don't care. Everything else is pretty much closed up apart from this. So there's this and that. That's it. Oh, and that. Wowie. Bottom of the feet, do you care? No. Now to the downside of this figure. He comes with the stupid axe. The axe that you can extend. And it does that, and I don't care. I don't like this axe. Originally, his hands were too tight. I've actually had to file them. I've had to do this on him and Magnus. For some reason, the hands were too tight. So you do that, you can give him the big axe, and I don't like this thing. I really don't like this thing. I'm just going to stick it on his back and try to forget about it. There's a hole there, and it actually goes in straight, not at an angle, so it doesn't hold that well. We're going to stick it there and forget about it. And he's just going to look cool. Okay, so let's separate them by allegiance to the flag of the not-so-United States of London, America. It's okay, the UK is not much better at the minute, don't worry about it. So we'll get the team together. And again, it's actually quite a cool set. At the minute, for £80, I believe Smiths is still selling them for. Why not? And there's Speedier Blur. So you've got small deluxe, tiny deluxe, about the size deluxe, and a very chunky Voyager. Maybe not the tallest Voyager, but chunky. I really like him. This guy's my little hero. I love this guy for no good reason. I absolutely love this guy. That is just a blast from my past, even more so than Prime himself. Because this is lovely, but I've got more attachment to that. Believe it or not. This is a character I've never had before. This is a character I've never had before. And this is barely a character, but it's a mould I've never had before. So that's always something. This is how we enter the thousands, okay? This is how we enter. Not with a bang, not with a bullet, but with, I don't know, ambivalence, whatever, who cares? I got bumper. Is that how we enter with a bumper? How's that work? Alright, I'm going to scarper because, I got to go and do stuff and make sure the child doesn't destroy himself or the dogs. Okay, so, I should be ugly, I should wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one, where I get replaced by bumper. Child will probably do better. Bye-bye!
Like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all come back now, you hear?